Now, welcome back to the program. Lou being joined by a couple of our buddies from Springer Professional Home Services here. We have Brendan Nading on the far side here and Mark Manning as we are talking about what happens about this time of year. Of course, the weather starts getting cool, and what happens? You have a bunch of pests that are outside that want to hang out with you, Mark.
Exactly. As we spoke last time we were here, we're still having mice issues trying to get in houses, make their nests inside where it's warm. Spiders are still trying to get inside. All
right, now we're talking about it getting colder. Obviously, we realize what time of year it is here in the state of Iowa. But what temperature are we really looking at where a lot of these pests that are outside want to come in and live inside the house?
Yeah, as we start getting into the 30s and 40s.
Okay, which is the wheelhouse that we're in right now.
Right, and with the forecast this week, with it going to be getting into the mid 40s, near 50. You'll see more activity on the outside of your house.
Okay.
Because it'll reach that point, especially on the south and the west sides of your house. So you can actually see spiders, ants outside.
What about those dreaded box elder bugs? Are they still around? Will they come back to life, so to speak?
Yeah, they come out of what's called diapause, where it's basically like a hibernation state. They'll come back out of that. They can be crawling on the side of your house and still looking to get into your attic or hide underneath your siding to overwinter.
Now, Brendan, when you realize that we are so close to the holidays being upon us and people are going to have so many people coming over and visiting, this is not the time when you want your house full of pests.
No. You don't want company coming over and you got bugs crawling across the living room while you guys are trying to open presents this year.
Yeah, so you guys have some solutions, I'm sure, to make sure this doesn't happen, and you still have plenty of time to take care of things, correct?
Yep. We are doing a little bit less on the outside this time of the year. Obviously, our power sprayers have been winterized. But I would say we're doing more critical things on the outside, meaning that we're applying insecticide dust to cracks and crevices that we're not during the other times of the year. And this time of the year, we're also applying, like I said last time on the show, we are power dusting the attic space.
Now, explain what that is again for those people that may not have seen the program last time.
Yep. Power dusting the attic space doesn't mean that we are physically getting up in your attic space. We don't want to come down through your ceiling. We just have to get our heads up in there, see what's going on up there, and we have a device that will apply an insecticide dust throughout your entire attic space, which is where a lot of insects are going to try to overwinter.
Now, is this similar, obviously not exactly the same, but kind of your blow-in insulation, yep. but it's actually insecticide dust?
It's like the power duster is essentially a vacuum cleaner in reverse that is on steroids.
And so really, if it's like suspended, it's going to be able to get into the places you guys really physically couldn't go in there and do, right?
Yep, correct.
And how effective is that?
Extremely effective, and this is something that we like to do every 9 to 12 months, and you are good to go for the year.
And what kind of pests are we trying to eliminate by doing this?
Most commonly, if we're talking attics, we're talking wasps, we're talking carpenter ants, we're talking box elder bugs.
Even this time of year?
Yep. They never die off. They just find a warm place to survive the winter months.
Okay, so is that the primary residence of your attic would be those type of animals, or are there other animals too that they have a tendency to come in, Mark?
Stink bugs, cluster flies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so, what about?
But we've hit on the
what about larger animals than just the bug portion of it? You're smiling and nodding over there, Brendan.
I mean, as far as animals, we get calls. People have raccoons in the attic. I mean, we don't deal with that, but people get bats in the attic, which we don't deal with that either. But
okay, I'm glad you said that because people might have thought that initially, but you would probably be able to point them in the right direction.
Absolutely, everything out there, living creatures, insects, everything's looking to get warm this time of year.
There you go, and also something else you guys have a chance to do. You might be able just to give your house a once-over, Mark. And which is as important because I know we're just starting winter. We realize that, but just preparation is the key.
Absolutely. We take a little more time to inspect the interior of your house, look for any problem areas that could arise next spring. Mm-hmm. We're also doing very thorough termite inspections. Because our termite monitors on the outsides of the house are pretty much frozen in place, but termites will go down into the ground as the ground freezes. It's going to force termites down. They'll actually find ways into your house through utility lines, water lines. They'll sense that temperature gradient, go toward. They'll find the water line going into your house, and they'll come in that way. And if left unchecked, obviously they can do a lot of damage.
So they use like the heated sources, the heated elements as a highway.
Exactly right.
Right to your house.
Yep.
Now, what can you do for a situation like that when if termites are trying to enter your house that way?
Well, we can treat the interior of the house and stop them at the source, and then when the ground thaws back out in the spring, do a full drill treatment around the outside of your house.
Okay.
Because we know there's a colony nearby.
Okay, now when you said drill treatment around the outside of the house, is that where you place those devices that look like mushrooms and they go down into the ground?
Those are actually the monitors, but we actually come out with a probe and shoot an insecticide down about 12 inches around the perimeter of your house.
And in this part of the country, this is really, people don't realize how much damage termites can do, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Subterranean termites, colonies of 50,000 or more. And once they find a food source, they are able to communicate with each other, and yeah, they'll never stop.
Now, we do have some maps here we have a chance to show you too, talking about the parts of the country that it is really important, and you can see we're right smack dab in the middle of it, aren't we?
Exactly, yep.
So
it's a matter of time, really, before most houses have some sort of issue with termites. There's just that many colonies out there.
Now, our termites don't primarily just attack the structure of the home itself. What about outdoor structures that you might have too, like say decks?
Yeah, they're not very, they don't discriminate. They're feeding on wood. So if you've got firewood up next to your house, you want to try to get that off the ground onto a rack or something. Anywhere where you have wood to ground, where it's meeting the ground, yeah, it can draw them in.
And what they're basically, they're using your house as a food source.
Exactly.
Is what the whole idea is.
Going for the lumber, and they ingest the cellulose. So anything made of wood or paper or cardboard, they'll be able to feed on it.
Then the wood just becomes spongy and then non-useful.
Exactly.
Okay, wonderful. Well, now, since you guys are here, something else I want to talk about. We talked about the holidays being here, and the thing that's really neat is we're talking about Springer Professional Home Services, and it isn't just pest control. You guys have a bunch of other things that you can really get your house ready for people to come over, or just get your house, nice. Again, maybe you have a situation, Brennan, where you want your house to look really nice. And again, full disclosure here, you guys just came over to my place a couple weeks ago, and you did the carpets and you did the grout in the kitchen. Yep. And my wife was away. She came back. She thought she walked into a new home. Yep. Now, explain, if we can still have that happen before the holidays.
Yeah, certainly. We have an entirely other program for our floor care, essentially, where we clean carpets, we do tile, we do wood floors, we do area rugs. You name it, we got the equipment to come out and take care of it and get it cleaned up for the holidays.
And done in a professional manner too. This is the one thing you have to really realize about your company is that the people that come to your place, they are the most professional people in the industry.
It's all about customer service and image from the top down, all the way. And going back to the area rugs, we will come and get them, take them to our shop, clean them, and then return them for you.
Yep. Wonderful.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about coming.
So again, it's a full service. Now, if people want to get a hold of you for pest control, with it getting cold again, the pests coming in, to get rid of them before anybody else comes over, or just get rid of them, period, or to get any of the other services done, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Yeah, the phone number is 515-262-9229, or online at trustspringer.com.
Wonderful. Thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
I think you got a lot of information out there so people can be ready for the holidays now. Yeah. Thank you to Springer Professional Home Services. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.